Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to show you a chess escape room. That's what I like to call it. This is a puzzle where it's cooperative play and you're trying to see if you can win as the black pieces. So it's a helpmate. You want black to win this game. So see if you can figure out how to unwind as white so that black can win. It's pretty fun. It's a unique challenge. I think it's worth a shot. While you're giving that a try, feel free to subscribe as well if you haven't had a chance to do so already. Half of the income I earn in this channel goes directly to charity, so every like, every subscriber helps us out so much. Alright, let's get started here. So, you might recognize that these pawns are just blocking space, right? All of these squares are just blocked up. So, that means that your king, that your white king really can't break into the position, right? You really can't go up the board. And the same can be said about the black king, right? These pawns are blocking critical squares. Let's just put colors on the board to show it. So this king can't ever enter because all of these squares are blocked, right? The king can't get through here, the king can't get through here, all the way through, right? I'm sure you see the idea. Kind of a nice visual there. So how could black possibly win? Well, that's what we have to do. We see that we have some flexibility of movement. We have these bishops. Maybe they can move around. Maybe you can get that loose. This king can slide over, but you have to see it can't get up here. So let's start moving pieces. Let's start moving the king. And black will probably just do a lot of shuffling. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my king here. And I'm doing this for the first time right now, so hopefully this works. Just bring the king up the board. I'm going to try to get my king here or here. Well, I obviously can't get it here because the pawn is covering the square, which means I have to get it on d1. So how do I clear the bishop out of d1? Well, I want it to move to c2. Okay, well, how do I move to c2? Well, there's something on c2, so I have to move this maybe out. Well, how do I move that out? So you kind of see it's a logical chain. So I'll do this. And I'm just going to keep moving the king back and forth. And now I can definitely walk my king in here. Great. I think my objective is to take this pawn and then push this pawn up the board, allow black to capture that pawn, and then also I'll run over here and then promote this pawn. Let's see if I can do that. The problem is, how do I get to this? So I think I can just move here. I can move this back. I can go up. I can move back. I think I should be able to do this now. I just have to not get in my own way because there's a lot of pieces. So it's black to move. Let's do that. Let's take this pawn. Okay, take it. Perfect. Now I'm going to need to get this out of the way. So I could just, I'll do this. I'll move this back and then I'll step my king aside and all of these light squares are occupied. That'll be fine. All right. And now I should be able to do this without much problem. Push. Keep moving the king back and forth. Now the question is, I think you just take. I'm trying to make sure I don't. Well, here's what I can do. I can just push more material. Right? I can do this. And then I could always give this up. You know what I mean? I could do something like this. And then I guess that's all very unnecessary. But the idea is I can run away. And now I win. I can definitely win this if I'm black. So it's white to move. There you go. So it's not that bad. Of course, I have to remember who's moving. And remember, it's cooperative play. So I'm not going to take. And then, don't take. And then as long as I don't stalemate myself, which I almost just did, this move would stalemate myself. So let's just be careful here. Yep. And that's it. Bang. That was kind of fun. So maybe it was not as hard as I thought. It seems like the crux of this is shuffling these bishops around, getting your king over there, and winning. Is there any other way to do this? Like, I thought maybe they could do something really cool. Like, ooh, what if I did the same concept? I'm not gonna explain all of this again because I know I just did it. But what if I do something a little different? What if I like promoted to like a knight? And watch, you'll see what I mean if I can explain it quickly enough before you move to the next video. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna shuffle these guys through like that. I think that's a pretty logical sequence. And then I'm gonna take this pawn. And just like before, I'm going to move this back. But here's what I'm going to do differently. I'm going to promote this pawn to a knight. I think this might be fun. I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work. And I'm going to bring this king much closer. And I'll explain why if I can show this. It doesn't have to work out. It's just kind of a fun thought exercise. So I'll go here. Now, I wanted to bring my king back. Maybe you see where I'm going with this. So I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to bring my king all the way back. Trying to move very quickly. Hopefully you could still track it with your eyes. And now I can bring in the king or the knight finally. I'm going to try to land a knight right here. So to do that, to go here, I would like to get to one of these squares, which means I need to get to this square. So I can go there to start. Here, bring it here, bring it here, and then look at this. And then they check, and then this is promotion to a queen. Okay, that was the other idea I had. I think that works. I think that kind of feels cooler, in my opinion, than like just promoting the queen straight away. I think hopping around as the knight kind of is cool. But yeah, that's fun. I don't know if you think it's fun. I think it's cool. I like these helpmate puzzles because it really shows you how you can untangle a position. It's like an escape room. That's what I used earlier, and I think I'm going to use that phrase again. So thank you. I found that online, and I put the credit in the video. So Miguel is the one who made this, I believe. Yeah. So thank you to Miguel. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know. I like making these, but can you win this as black? Yes. Can you win this as white? Well, it seems like if I can promote to a queen, the answer is yes, right? I didn't show that, but it's fun to see that you can win with both colors. And you can imagine if I put a different piece, like what if I put a knight here? Would it change things? If I put another bishop here, would that change things? What if I added something here? Would that change things? There's a lot of fun variations you can do. Like what if I had a knight on this square? Well, then I can drop it here, and it's a whole different ball game. Right? It's kind of fun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate the support, and you'll see me in the next video. Bye.